welcome to the yoga class. We're gonna begin in a tabletop position today, and we'll concentrate on the breath and an intention that we have for the class. It could be for the class, for the day, for the month, for your entire life. And the breath will be flowing all the way to the belly. Belly will expand forward, and in this case towards the earth on inhale, and then towards the spine or the sky, in this case on exhalation. Also, when we're on our hands, we put any weight onto the hands. We'll be spreading the fingertips very wide to protect the wrist. So inhale fully, the face towards the sky and the tailbone towards the sky. As the belly drops down, exhale, push the mat away and round the back. And then just keep flowing at your own pace for a few breaths here. Match the movement with the breath. And setting your intention and repeating it throughout the class will help you maintain it perhaps later on after the class in real life. So when you do repeat it throughout the class, repeat it in present time as I am. On the next inhale, right arm goes up towards the sky. We're rotating towards the right and maybe even look at right hand. Try not to collapse into the left arm, but instead push the earth away with the palm. Exhale, move your right arm underneath the left and place the right shoulder down. Use the left hand for leverage, pushing the earth away. And breathe. Where is the breath? Does it go all the way down? Maybe here, since it's a twist, the breath is a little bit restricted, so you want to send it, force it in, all the way down. And back to regular tabletop. We do the same thing on the other side. Just give a second for your body to respond versus react. Elevating left arm up towards the sky. Looking towards the left hand. Pushing the earth away with the right hand. Left arm threads the needle here underneath the right arm. Left shoulder down. Push the mat away with the right hand. Inhale back to regular tabletop. Wait a few seconds here. Give a chance to the body to respond. Full breath into the belly. Shedding some layers, what's no longer needed. Let's move the left leg forward towards the left hand and maybe walk walk the right foot back in order to make a bigger stretch between the two legs. Walk forward the left foot, relaxing into the stretch. Full breath. Get your shoulders out of the ears. Many oftentimes they just have a tendency to go there, signaling tension, thoughts, stress perhaps. Begin walking the hands back as you straighten in the front leg. Do try to keep the spine straight. Face is moving into the direction forward versus down, so you don't want to be going towards the ground, but instead moving forward, straighter spine, extending the entire length of the left leg. Maybe even flex the toes for extra stretch. Breathe. Walk the hands forward. And then let go of the left leg there. Get into regular tabletop. We'll move the right foot towards the right hand. Walk the left foot back. And then walk the right foot forward. Having a bigger stretch between the two legs. And try to keep the spine straight. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it in your head 3 times. Begin straightening the front leg, right leg. Keep the spine straight. Elongating the back of the right leg. And maybe here also flex the toes for extra stretch. Imagine sending the breath the entire length of the right leg, starting from the hip all the way to the heel. Begin walking the hands forward and get into tabletop and place the left leg once more forward with the knee forward, left knee forward, and the right, left knee forward, left foot towards the right, back leg, the right one straight, moving into pigeon. And begin walking the hands forward and lower yourself. If the left hip is tight and uncomfortable, don't go as low or as deep. Always monitor the breath. The leg muscles are big and stubborn, and they usually take time to release. So just take the time, sending the breath where is needed. We're all in different bodies, so whatever you feel it, that's the right spot. You will see that after a few moments, you'll be able to release more. Slowly begin lifting up, sneaking out because we don't want the muscles to snap right back in. Instead, keep them stretched and relaxed. Get a hold of the back foot and lift it up towards you to where you can maybe pull it towards you with the right hand. Don't force anything, just take your time, and with the breath, things are gonna fall into place, loosen up. Very slowly letting go of back foot. Again, you don't want the muscles to snap right back in. And we're gonna switch. Moving the right leg forward. With the right knee forward, left leg goes back. Pigeon on this side. Breathe. Also come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Begin lowering. And maybe even walking the hands forward. Relax the right hip. Relax the right leg. Relax the right toes. Slowly begin sneaking out of the pose, lifting up. Walk the hands towards you if they were forwards. Getting a hold of the back foot and bringing it closer towards you. Full breath. Slowly letting go of the back foot and move it all the way around forward and on the outer edge of the right hip. Moving the right foot a little bit away from you and the left foot a little bit towards you and towards the right. Direction is really stacking the knees. Both of your sitting bones are grounded, so try not to be higher with the left sitting bone just because the left leg is on the top, but find that sweet spot. Now again, the direction is for the knees to be stacking, but sometimes or more often than not, the leg muscles are just so tight that the knees aren't really stacking, but the top one is a little bit off of the bottom one. That's okay. Move the arms far away from the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders and then begin wiggling the fingers. Left ear towards the left shoulder. right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep wiggling those fingers, extending all the way from the neck, through the shoulders, through the arms, to the fingers. Now notice differences between left and right side. Just notice, no judgment. Moving left ear again towards the left shoulder, and this time as the ear is towards the shoulder, keep it in that direction as you move the chin forward. Now let's move the right ear towards the right shoulder and tilt the head forward with the chin towards the ground. Are there any differences in this one? Leave the head back up straight with the face and then begin making circles of the head. Notice any areas that are tighter than other areas, and if they are, spend a little bit more time working that area, kind of like when you're cleaning something. There's that one spot here or there that needs a little extra attention, extra time. And change the direction of the circle. And use the hands to kind of push yourself up with a strong straight spine as the legs are unwrapping, and move them apart from each other, about not a split but 60%. And moving forward, stretching the inner hamstrings, straighter spine, as straight as possible here at first. I find it helpful to place the hands actually behind you and push yourself forward. That keeps the spine straight, distributing the stretch more into the legs than into the spine. And inhale yourself back up. Place the right foot, the left foot towards the right, and then stack the right knee on top of the left. Again, that's a direction. It doesn't need to be exactly on top. So also move your sitting bones out of the left foot. If the left foot is underneath you, you want the 2 feet to be kind of like a little bit away from you, so you can have enough space to have both of your sitting bones grounded. Now, how's that feel compared to the other side? Probably tighter. First of all, the other one we spent quite a bit of a time to release. But also it could be that this is also tighter. We have differences between the sides many oftentimes than not. Differences between the legs, their flexibility or strength between the arms or shoulders, even between eyes sometimes and eyebrows. For me, for example, definitely this leg is tighter, the right one. Place the arms behind you and chest towards the sky, chin towards the sky. Try not to collapse the shoulder blades towards each other on the back, but instead space them as you lower the shoulders, lower towards the earth and also away from each other. Place your tongue on the top of the mouth, the top part, as you're lifting the chin higher. That engages a bunch more muscles that are connected to the neck. Full breath. And when you're ready, first face forward and walk the hands towards you. And inhale, arms in opposite directions. Moving right right arm forward, left one on the back of it, and interlacing for eagle arms. If that's difficult because you have, let's say, too big of a bicep or which is difficult, then just hug yourself and move the hands towards each other. If you can do the eagle arms, do that. Relaxing the elbows, relaxing the shoulders, maybe hinging from the hips a little bit forward and tuck the chin towards the chest. Inhale, open arms. Left arm goes in front of the right one and interlacing on this side. Eagle arms. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, moving the palms forward. Relax the chin towards the chest. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. And as usual, repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Inhaling, arms away from you, like you're giving me a big hug. And then arms behind you for support as you move the feet, the legs spread apart, feet are apart, maybe a little more than the last time, maybe 80%. Moving the head forward with a straighter spine. On inhale, slightly back up of the pose and gain length in the spine, and on exhale, push into the stretch. And breathe deeply there. A couple of breaths. Inhale yourself back up out of the pose slightly. And then exhale, push into the stretch again. A couple of breaths here. Let's do this once more. Inhale yourself slightly out of the pose. And then exhale, push into the stretch. Couple of breaths here. Keep the spine straight as you move the arms in front of you and begin walking them forward as much as you can. Keep the spine straight until you can't anymore, and then you will have to lower. And then in this moment, imagine I walk behind you and I press in the middle of your spine, moving the chest forward. And finally moving the face down. Full breath. Maybe here the breath is moved into the backs of the lungs more. Breathe into the entire length of both of the legs. Flex the toes, point the toes. With the breath. Inhale, flex the toes. Exhale, point the toes. Like wings of a dragon, moving very slowly, the feet. Flex the toes, inhale. Point the toes, exhale. Full long breath. Very slowly begin walking the hands towards you as you're lifting yourself up. Keep the breath flowing, big expansive breath as much as possible. And eventually find your way into collecting your legs together straight in front of you. Again, hinging from the hips and reaching towards the feet. Once again, imagine I walk behind you and I press in the middle of the spine, moving your chest forward and down. And then eventually begin curving the spine again as you move the face down. Full breath. Breath is more on the backs of the lungs here. Relax the shoulders. Slowly begin inhaling yourself. And once you're all straight with the spine, get your legs together with the feet together in front of you, about a foot away from the sitting bones. Maybe grab a hold of both of the feet and moving the knees into the direction of the mat. Maybe even help the knees by pressing the ankles with the elbows. Lower them towards the ground. The key here is to keep the spine straight so you can concentrate on the leg muscles. Very slowly exiting this, placing the legs together with the help of the arms, and make your transition into tabletop. Spread the fingers always apart from each other. Every time you have any weight on the arms, tuck the toes and lift up the hips for downward facing dog. Ideally, stare at your navel. At this point the legs are pretty stretched, so Try to move both of the heels at the same time towards the earth, tailbone towards the sky, chest towards the thighs, and actively push the mat away with the hands. Ideally, stare at your navel. Look forward and shift the weight into plank, body as flat as a board, and the elbows are shy of lock to protect the joint. Elbows in towards the body as you're lowering yourself, shoulders away from the ears too. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale and relax. Tailbone high. Relax the head. Ideally stare at your navel. Helps you lift the tailbone higher and lowering the heels. Once more, inhale into plank. Shoulders away from the ears and lower. Exhale, write the breath down. Inhale back up to up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Actively push the mat away with the hands, creating big space between the shoulder blades, between the vertebrae. Look forward, place the left foot forward towards the hands and plant the back heel down for support. Inhale, right arm up towards the sky, engage the core. And the next inhale, just inhale all the way up into warrior two. Notice if your arms are on the same level or one is higher than the other one. Also completely turn towards the right. So the shoulders and the arms are completely to the side, but keep tracking the left knee out. So imagine your body is between two pieces of glass in front and on the back. Just check on your pose. And let's switch into warrior one. So square the hips forward, hands up. And then flow the hands down. Begin stretching real good between the two legs. Let go of the back heel. So it's kind of like a low lunge. And feel free to stay here. Or if you want to follow me, I'll guide you through a bind called Bird of Paradise in the States. It's really cool, pretty potent too. Very good for balancing and grounding at the same time. So let's try this. If you do feel like it's a little too much, just stay in this pose and breathe. If you do lose balance, gaining control over your balance back again would just be very slow, gradually getting into the pose and not slamming yourself in. So just get back really slowly. Anyway, getting the left arm and threading it underneath the left leg, and the left hand goes towards the left hip. Breathe here a little bit and get the right hand to meet the left. Begin moving the right foot forward and the left foot back. And then ground through the right leg, and the left one would detach from the ground. And then today I feel a little off balance and I'm on the trampoline. But the gist of it is this: lifting up the left leg off the ground. Full breath. When you're ready to exit, you're just gonna lower the left leg back down and get back into that low lunge pose with the right leg back, left foot one forward, unbind or release right and left hand clamping, and then back to the ground, find downward facing dog. Now I'll just change the angle of where I'm standing, and I'll do this on the other side for you to see. It will be easier. Pushing the mat away. Inhale into plank. Elbows are shy of lock. Shoulders away from the ears. Lowering chaturanga. Exhale, ride the breath. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, one more dog. Look forward and move the right foot forward towards the hands this time. And maybe even more forward with the right foot and back with the left to have a big low lunge between the feet. Getting hold of the right arm. Threading it underneath the right leg towards the right hip, and then maybe at some point letting go of the left hand off of the mat and meeting the right, interlacing them, moving forward with the left leg and then backwards with the right, and then ground yourself through the left foot. Stare at the point in front of you and then begin detaching the right one as you're lifting up. Full breath. If you get out of the pose, slowly get back in, or completely exit and take a break. And when you're ready, back on the mat with the right leg. Left one goes back, right one goes forward. Get into a lunge. Let go of the bind. And find your way into downward facing dog. Both of the heels are going towards the mat. Tailbone towards the sky, actively pushing away the mat with the hands, tucking the chin towards the chest and maybe staring at the navel. Notice how this downward facing dog feels more of a resting pose than any of the dogs before that. Walk the feet towards the hands. And let go of the hands. Just let them hang, relax, moving left and right. Lifting all the way up, one vertebrae at a time. And once you're somewhere on the top, make a few shoulder rolls. Inhaling, arms all the way up. Forward fold, exhaling. hugging the knees towards the chest. Maybe even spread the knees a little bit so you can put the head in between the knees, curving the spine. And slowly begin making your way into laying on your backs. Hug the knees towards the chest. Move left and right, massaging the spine. Move the knees towards the chest more. And notice which part of the spine is the part that's massaged the most. Now move the knees a little bit away from the chest. Notice now which part is more massaged. Now grab a hold of the toes into happy baby with the knees on the two sides of you, and notice which part is massaged now most. Maybe even tuck the chin towards the chest. Place the feet on the mat and then begin lifting for a bridge pose. Walk the shoulders towards the heels and towards each other, trying to get most of the weight on the shoulders and not so much on the neck. Maybe even step on your hands with palms up. Breathe. Very slowly begin lowering yourself. Once you find yourself on the ground with the hips, hug the knees, move again left and right. We're going to do one more bridge here, so feel free to place the hands and step on top of them with the heels. Lift up the hips, walk the shoulders towards each other. Or also feel free to interlace hands perhaps and do me too. Now here, try to lift the hips a little bit higher. Keep sending the breath to the belly. And when you've had enough of that, lower one vertebra at a time. Hug the knees and move left and right. Drop the knees towards the left. Hold the knees down with the left arm. Right arm goes up towards the sky behind you. Look towards beyond the right fingertips. Full breath. Yeah, so here the breath is restricted since the rib cage is still twisted. So you want to force in the breath down. I love how I can hear the wind chimes from everywhere around me. The element of wind is definitely awake today and present. Be more like the wind. Now shift the direction of your gaze towards the left. Full breath. And hug the knees towards the chest. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Place the knees towards the right, hold them down with the right arm. Left arm goes up and behind you and looking beyond the left fingertips. Forcing the breath maybe to go all the way down to the lowest parts of the lungs. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. What was it? Look towards the right. Eventually find your way into hugging the knees. Give the body a chance to respond versus react. And keep the knees where they're at. Get the hold of your dominant hands. So if you're right-handed, get your right hand. If you're left-handed, get your left hand. And use the thumb and the pointer fingers to cover your nostrils. So, you're gonna uncover one of them and you're gonna inhale through it. Then you're gonna cover the one that you inhaled through and you're gonna uncover the other one. Then you're gonna inhale through this one and then cover it. And then you're gonna exhale through the other one and then inhale. Got it? Let's try doesn't matter what hand are you using. Use your thumb and pointer finger. So we're gonna cover the left nostril and inhale through the right and then cover the right. Uncover the left nostril, exhale through it and inhale through it. Cover the left one, exhale through the right one and inhale through the right one. Cover the right one and exhale through the left one and inhale through the left one. Cover the left nostril and then exhale through the right and then inhale. Cover the right nostril, exhale through the left, inhale back up through it. Cover the left one, uncover the right one, exhale through the right, Inhale through the right. Cover. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Cover. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Let go of the holding of any of the nostrils and just breathe normally. Begin relaxing the entire body and maybe place the feet together with the knees wide. Or maybe just straighten the legs and then let the feet fall naturally apart, relaxed. Palms are up towards the sky and the arms are next to you. Tuck the chin so you can extend the neck as well. Begin relaxing your full body, starting from the forehead, the jaw. Relax the shoulders and neck, arms and hands and fingers. Relax the chest and the abs. Relax the hips and thighs and knees, ankles and calves and shins. Relax the feet and the bottoms of the feet and the tops of the feet and the heels and the toes. Now start from the toes going up and scan through the body. Notice any areas that are not yet relaxed. All they need to do, or you need to do, is to tell them to relax, and they will. Sometimes there's an area or a muscle or like just group of muscles that are tight, that are connected to a thought. Maybe a recurring thought or a feeling, like somebody made us feel a certain way. That could be connected to certain areas of the body. Let go of that. All you need to do is just tell the place that's tight to relax. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. Slowly begin moving toes and fingers. stretch the arms overhead. Point the toes, flex the toes. Maybe do a couple of wrists, rotations, and circles with the feet. At some point, find yourself into fetal position on one side, hugging the knees. Couple of breaths here. Use the top arm to lift yourself up with a strong straight spine. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class. Repeat it again in your head or out loud in present time. And see if you can carry that intention with you throughout the day. Maybe repeat it before bed again tonight, and see if you remember it in the morning too. Place the palms together in front of the heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste. Welcome to your new you. Hope you have a blessed day.